All right, y'all. We are live. Let me throw up the chat here.
Once again.
Good evening, y'all. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us real quick. We wanted to cover some Mrna in your food, and we keep working on the studio here. We heard some complaining about some echo, so we put a backstop in here. So hopefully that cuts down the echo for your listening pleasure. And then
give us a 4x4. Hopefully we're doing
4x4, 5x5.
Hopefully it sounds good.
All right.
But man, we got 8 people on. That's great.
All right.
That's great.
I think by the chat, I think we have more than that. I think it's so. Hey, y'all, I'm going to jump right into this article, and then I'm going to point you to a resource.
There we go. It just corrected 22.
There you go. Okay. Genetic and biological weaponry continues to be deployed across the food supply. Now that human beings are learning to reject Mrna experiments and associated biological warfare, there's a new global agenda that seeks to inject animals with the Mrna and taint the food supply with genetic weaponry. Animals cannot give consent, so they are the perfect vessel to experiment on. Animals are also the perfect vessels to reach humans who no longer consent to the experimental weaponry in mass. These weapons have been transfecting humans with animal viruses for decades. The history of this has proven animal cells to be a great modality to transinfect human with cancer-causing viruses. For instance, between 1955 and 63, hundreds of millions of people in North America, South America, Canada, Europe, Asia, and Africa received polio vaccines that were contaminated with SV40, a monkey virus. Early polio vaccines were produced by growing polio viruses in monkey cell cultures that were naturally contaminated with SV40. An estimated 10 to 30% of all polio vaccines are contaminated with the cancer-causing animal virus. Studies suggest that oncogenic PIV was introduced into the human population through contaminated polio vaccines. Regarding the Mrna and animals, USA Today did a fact check on this, and they said that this was bogus, right?
Of course.
And this is where I want to direct you to Tom Renz, and the best place to find Tom, in my opinion, is on Twitter. He does have they do have a website, but a U.S. Cattlemen Association downplays that Mrna experiments in the cattle. Instead of addressing the serious issues that Mrna experiments pose on the food supply and on human immune function, the U.S. Cattlemen's Association is trying to downplay the impending threat in response to increasing public concern over the use of Mrna in cattle. The association made a public statement. The USCA strongly supports truth in labeling on consumer goods and full transparency throughout the supply chain. Currently, there you're going to use some wordsmithery on you. Currently, there are no Mrnas licensed for beef in the U.S. The association is currently forming a task force to fact check Mrna concerns and provide a science-based assessment of the droplets.
I wonder if Dr. Fauci is going to be like the head guy.
We invite all members of the beef supply chain to participate in the discussion.
Well, of course.
And look forward to identifying ways through legislation, regulation, or voluntary measures to increase transparency in the development and application of livestock vaccines and other gene therapies. They fact check this thing. They use a little wordsmithery. They say, there's nothing in cows currently.
Oh, good.
But they've already verified that this stuff is rolling out. They are doing it. And simultaneously, come this July, they're going to They're going to prevent us homesteaders and small growers from getting just normal antibiotics without a prescription. So
wait, really?
yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, that happens in July. They're going to make.
So is that for the whole entire United States, or is that
yes,
just for Texas?
That's for the United States.
Okay.
So that is happening too. So I'm going to close the article here, stop sharing, and then I'm going to put up.
I guess that's the deal is just mainly just you're going to have to just start buying local from now on. You know,
that is, I mean, that's almost exclusively, you know, what's happened, what that response was to Tom Renz here. And you can go to his website, forgodfamilycountry.org. And he does have a Substack as well, or tomrenz.com. But you can get up-to-date stuff from Tom right here on Twitter. But this is the bill in Missouri that they tried to pass, 1169. It did get stymied and stifled,
really,
by the Cattle's Association. And
so weird.
You know, Tom's an attorney. He is fighting for this stuff. He's also working with Del Bigtree and all those guys regarding all the different vaccine injury stuff and all that stuff. So Tom's fighting the good fight. Support Tom and what he's doing. They designed this Missouri House Bill 1169. Basically, they didn't want to block or prohibit any of this. They just wanted truth in advertising and consent. So the way that this bill was set up is so that it just made it so that they had, when they do this, they just had to identify it on the packaging, and they don't want to do that. So why wouldn't you want to do that? And why wouldn't the Republicards and the Demon Craps, why wouldn't they want to have a unilateral move to do something like that? And it's because, you know, it's because they hate us and they want us all to die. And it is a uniparty. And that's more proof of a uniparty when somebody goes out of their way to strategically write a bill that makes it impossible. You know, there's no conceivable excuse that the Bloods and the Crips, Pepsi and Coke, that they would, you know, want to not just pass the bill. It's just truth in advertising, basically. It's just like truth in labeling, and they shot it down. There is no conceivable reason that any of these retards can present other than the fact that they just hate humans and they hate animals and they hate life and they hate God and God's creation, and they just want us all to die. And that's not hyperbole. That's not overstating it.
No,
that's it's obscene and it's absurd.
But it's definitely totally like revelation status. So we're not going to be able to buy or sell, and the buying part is that's like if we go out and buy this stuff, like it's like we're going to get like a heart attack and die.
Well, yeah, and that's what's interesting about the whole bot. You know what? Something to take into consideration. You know, previously it was always like, oh, well, without the mark, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, right? And I know people want to conflate that with the vaccine now. The mark, when it comes to the beast, the mark is tied to worship. So I don't think, once again, it's going to be accidental or anything like that. But not being able to buy or sell in this sense of like, well, any type of quote unquote, air quotes, food that is for sale, you're not going to be able to buy it because it's not going to be edible. You know what I mean? You're not going to want to buy it. So this all comes back to
boom,
why you want unvaccinated Texas boys
pumpkin spice honey. I actually put this on my pancakes, and it's like the best thing in the world.
Matt, you're down for the shameless plug.
I am. Well, no, they were talking about it in there. So I was
okay.
Boom.
So it's bringing it to the chat, y'all.
Bringing it to the chat, y'all.
And and this is a value for value proposition. So if you like what we're doing, and I know many of y'all love our honey, and we are restocking
and
one
all of our products over there are Mr. Not Free.
Yes,
so there you go.
All of our products are free of,
and they will always stay.
And they will stay that
always
way
stay
as
that
long
way.
as we can help it.
Yeah, and if they ever did, we would just take them down. I'm not.
Yeah, if
I'm not going to eat it, y'all aren't gonna eat it. So
That's right.
there you go. I only eat what I sell. So
And we thank you for the love and the support.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what? While I'm thinking of it, I wanted to jump into. I wanted to cover it before, and I didn't do it. And that was the.
Hold on, y'all. Here we go.
The unicorn. We're doing it on the fly.
Doing it.
Okay.
Do it live. Do it live.
Okay, we're gonna stop.
We're just gonna do it live with no cursing, though.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Yeah.
For y'all, because we're Christians. So
yeah, we're definitely not O'Reilly. This is the no spin zone. Okay, let's see here.
Oh boy,
where is it?
Here we go.
Where are you at?
Oh, so while you're doing this, I'm going to talk to y'all real quick. So, I guess there are some pretty big storms swirling around and everything like that. And
that's an understatement.
I actually haven't seen the radar, so I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know how big it actually is.
Baseball size hail, yo.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we're all good. The power did flash a couple times. It went out for probably like half an hour, an hour.
Nah, 15 minutes. Yeah.
15 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know how long. Anyway, so not too bad. A whole lot of rain. We've been getting. It's like Washington State in Texas right now, and the Lord has definitely blessed us down here in Texas.
That's true.
And hopefully it's getting into some other parts of Texas also that really need it. But the northeast Texas area is all caught up from the last time we had a really bad drought.
Oh my! Yes.
And maybe the other drought too. So,
yeah,
so we are all good. The fields are doing incredible, and just praising the Lord for it because, man, we had such a rough summer last year, and man, life.
Yeah, so we're doing good. We're dodging the storms, dancing between the raindrops.
Which we always do. There's always these gigantic storms. Everybody's like, how are y'all doing? And we're like, we're doing fine. We're like in this little nook.
Well, it's part of the reason why we chose where we are with a little bit of elevation and roll. So that way.
They just kind of move around you, you know, with the little bit of the hills and the bumps and the valleys. Yeah.
And
and
that's not thanks to Curtis Stone's awesome How to Buy a Homestead course. That is still on sale. So if you want to go back a couple videos, you can check out the link.
It would have been beautiful to have Curtis Stone's course on how to buy land because we literally had to go to like 100 properties and like go there, check them out, walk it all, and look at it. And it would have been so nice to know about Google Earth and
all the really cool. Do we have that link? Hold on, let me grab that link too.
It is.
I'll grab that link.
But for our Rumble people, actually, I forget if I put it for. Oh, also, I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody that's over at our Rumble channel watching us live right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't see the chat over there. I'm still trying to figure that out, how we can see the Rumble chat.
We're trying to do all
But if you're over on Rumble, or if you don't know, we do have a Rumble channel, so go subscribe over there, just in case we do get vaporized. There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to go.
1 second, y'all. We are
copy link. Okay, I'm going to drop.
We are going to get into the next article here in just a second. So hold on to your bonnet.
This is currently still on sale. There's a discount. So if you are looking for property, check out.
I know, Carlos. It's a beautiful thing.
Check out Curtis's course. It's excellent. We covered kind of like the ups and downs of that and the ins and outs of it in our interview with Curtis. And so check that out. I'm going to try going over here to.
What you trying to do?
I'm trying to get to the Rumble.
You could go to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can go right here.
Chink.
And then I'm going to drop it right here.
30 people on the Rumble Dumble.
So there, awesome. I dropped it in the Rumble chat.
And nobody's actually even said anything in the Rumble.
For y'all over here at Rumble. And now I'm going to get into our last article real quick.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
And so this is about unicorn. So any of y'all that missed this was a Kitco article that kind of popped up as I was, I like to stay abreast of the gold and the silver. And I like to see what crude's doing, what the other markets are doing, and I like the Kitco app, and I can also put the different cryptos on there. But this popped up, and I know some other people, some of my friends like Chris, the financial prepper, covered this. Him and his wife did, but I didn't get to listen to that. But this article popped up, so I wanted to cover it because it's pretty interesting. Unicoin, a global legal tender settlement CBDC, unveiled at IMF spring meeting. So this just happened on, I think this was April 10th. I'm pretty sure this was April 10th is when their spring meeting was. During last week's International Monetary Fund spring meeting, the Digital Currency Monetary Authority. Did you know that there was a Digital Currency Monetary Authority, the DCMA?
Nope.
They announced the launch of an international central bank digital currency known as the Universal Monetary Unit, or the UMU, which is symbolized by the ANSI character U with the umlaut for all you Europeans.
There you go.
It's interesting, all these acronyms, and then like European, the umlaut stuff. According to a press release announcing the new currency UMU, also known as Unicoin, not to be confused with unicorn, is a legal money commodity that can transact in any legal tender settlement currency and functions like a CBDC to enforce banking regs and protect the financial integrity of the international banking system. UMU adopts a central bank monetary policy framework to ensure it has continuous purchasing demand, minimal price volatility, and annual asset pricing targets, the announcement said. Banks will be able to utilize the new currency by attaching SWIFT codes and bank accounts to a UMU digital currency wallet. This enables them to conduct SWIFT-like cross-border payments entirely over digital currency rails, assessing the best price wholesale FX rate and achieving instantaneous real-time settlement while bypassing the correspondent banking system. Nice. Wow. If anybody is in regional or local or small banking, you must be really excited. Cross-border payments can be slow, expensive, and risky, said Tobias Adrian, financial counselor at the IMF. In today's world of payments, counterparties in different jurisdictions rely on costly, trusted relationships to offset the lack of common settlement assets together with common rules and governance. But imagine if a multilateral platform existed that could improve cross-border payments, at the same time transforming foreign exchange transactions, risk sharing, and more generally, financial contracting through the adoption of a global localization public monetary system architecture. UMU can be configured to operate according to the central bank regulations of each participating jurisdiction.
Carlos is totally right, 100%. He said, I totally can see a no, Mr. Mrna, and participation in CBDC, which means you can't eat, buy, or sell. Yeah, exactly. I could totally see them doing that.
In the proposed UMU model law legislation, Unicoin, which is very much like a unicorn, because it's going to be so great, and it's going to be digital, and it's going to be instant, and it's going to be for your safety and protection. Yeah, just like a unicorn. Merchants and trading partners will be able to accept UMU as a form of payment for their goods and services priced in any national legal tender. UMU has premium exchange rates built into its wallet and can convert any settlement currency amount to the equivalent UMU amount. The press release said UMU is specifically designed to support central banking and regulated financial institutions. It utilizes a state proof of trust consensus protocol along with a multidimensional capable of support, a multidimensional DLT, not to be confused with a BLT, capable of supporting any assets or liability letters, enabling full service digital banking and international trade payments. The DCMA hopes that UMU, oh, my brain, the acronyms, y'all, oh dear, serves as crypto 2.0, which I would agree with that, because I kind of think cryptos is set up because it was set up by the deep state, depending on who you believe that Kobayashi or whatever that guy's name is, Shikanori Yakamoto or whatever. I forget the guy that was the first Bitcoin dude, but not Kobayashi. That's something from a video game or a movie from the 90s or something. Through the introduction of a new wave of cryptographic technologies for realizing a digital currency public monetary system with a widespread adoption framework encompassing use cases for all constituencies in a global economy. According to George Walker,
global economy.
And if that name sounds familiar, it's because all the lizard people are related. According to George Walker, a partner at Practice LLP, who facilitated weekly meetings before the DMCA and the IMF, where the white paper for the project was discussed, while the IMF has not made any official endorsements of UMU. The organization has yet to state any objections to UMU, FX premier rates, and its monetary sovereignty approach. So there you go. Good old George Walker. Not to be confused with George Herbert Walker, but I can almost guarantee some type of genetic relationship this George Walker has to George Herbert Walker, and the Walkers are inbred with the Bushes, and there you go. Stop the lizard people.
Dude, new t-shirt.
Stop the lizard people.
And we'll have that little picture that I love to use of those.
Yes, the slee stacks of the land of the law.
That'd be great.
Okay, Matt's going to design a new t-shirt, so keep your eyes out.
The lizard people.
At the TexasBoys.com.
I would totally watch that.
I would totally stop the lizard people. And for any 80s, 90s kids like myself, you'll get the slee stack. We will try to get a high def picture of the slee stacks rather than like a 1980s pixelate, ultra pixelated.
You want it vintage, you know?
Well, it's super vintage.
You want that vintage vibe, you know? Already worn in, you know?
Can we just put George Herbert Walker Bush's face on it instead?
I don't know if it wouldn't be as funny though.
No, you're right. People. It wouldn't be. But yeah. And okay, yeah, we could do a Clown World 2.0 t-shirt too. That's it. This
nice.
Dots and Life Homestead. We're gonna do Clown World.
They're actually new to the channel.
Yeah, I think you're newer, but they've commented in the past.
Okay. So
I don't want to diss them.
Well, I know that this is their first time on the live stream.
No, it's not.
No,
they've been on the live stream.
Wow, before. I'm terrible.
Matt, sorry, you're not paying attention to the chat. So
terrible.
But that's why the Lord gave you a father.
Yes, tinfoil hats to our merch store. Absolutely.
That's a good idea. We could do that.
We could make our own. Buddy could make her own. We could sell them for like $1.
Oh, and hey, y'all, I'm going to have an awesome interview on Friday with Heresy Financial. Joe over at Heresy Financial is coming on. And this is going to be an interesting conversation because what we're going to be talking about is the dollar. You know, everybody's talking about the crash of the dollar and how the petrodollar is being dissolved. And I'm not denying any of that, nor am I denying hyperinflation. But I'm going to be talking with Heresy Financial about the dollar as a medium of exchange. That kind of gets lost in the conversation. It's going to be a very good conversation. And Joe is very up to speed. And he's probably far more up to speed as a whole. He runs and operates a financial channel that's very solid. So I'm just a hillbilly, borderline retarded redneck. So, but I'll try to break it down and keep it simple for y'all.
Yeah.
But it should be really good. And that probably won't live stream. We'll record that and that'll probably go up Saturday or something like that. That sounds good. All depends on also when Matt wakes up.
Dear me. So we're going to have a really cool video coming out tomorrow.
Aha.
And it's like it's very, 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 very sad. But anyway, we tried to save something's life. So anyway, that'll be coming out tomorrow. Also, was there another video?
Yeah, you have some sawmill videos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Putting together, Matt.
Yeah, we're one. I thought we were going to be able to finish it today, but then it got Well, we worked out in the rain like all day today, building our sawmill. So it's all mobile now.
It's mobilized.
So there you go. That's a little sneak peek.
Yeah, we got lots of great stuff coming to the homestead and some big projects that we are going to be covering certain aspects of it, and hopefully,
definitely,
some solarization. We keep trying to incorporate that, so we're going to be working on that. Lots of neat stuff. Some homestead videos. Look, y'all, we would do tons of homestead videos. They don't get the views, so don't blame us for that. You know, we want to invest. We have so much time that needs to be invested in our infrastructure and our everyday life and everything else we do, and the website and the homeschooling and the raising of the next generation and leaders of our parallel economy and our parallel community. And so we try, y'all. We try with the sound, and sometimes there's an echo, and sometimes it's a little fuzzy, but we're trying. We can only do our best. Also, the other thing that I want to do, and I wanted to say this, so for anybody that is a native to TheTexasBoys.com, I wanted to say a big thank you to all of y'all who have been loyal over there. Thank you. Also, I wanted to give you a little bit more value for it, so I think I'm going to try it out, and I would like to give you maybe once a week, or we'll have to see, or maybe every other week, or maybe once a month. I don't know. Live streams over there, and we'll live stream on YouTube, but it'll be unlisted, and then we'll just give you a link to click on. And I would like to do something like that, and y'all could ask us questions. We might have a little bit of a topic to speak on, or just like homestead updates and things like that, but just give y'all a little bit more value over there on the natives, because trying to keep up and adding more recipes and different things like that. So if y'all don't know, the natives, you can become a native over at TheTexasBoys.com. It's $5 a month. You get all of our family's recipes and discounts and everything. Farmer Brad, how are you, man? Farmer Brad. Hey, Farmer Brad was very close to the plastic deal. Yeah, so he was giving me the skinny. Actually, you know what? I could kind of update everybody on that too now.
There's still 100 people on. Y'all are good. Nobody's leaving. Y'all are good. All right.
Let me
hold on, folks. Hold on. Here we go. Breaking news.
Let me pull this up. Breaking news.
There you go. Okay, there's your sound effect right there.
Yeah, Brad was filling me in on
the your ringtone.
Hold a second, y'all. Just gotta. Okay, here we are.
Don't you wish it was in your brain? It'd be instant.
Oh man, I wish I had Neuralink.
Monkey Neuralink.
Okay, this is from the Western Wayne News. Richmond fire response continues as officials blame negligent property owner. Mayor Snow says city has exhausted efforts to force cleanup.
What?
This article contains a series of breaking news. Okay, so read the latest. Fire fatigue. Evacuation order remains as officials work to assess health impact. Wow, Mayor Dave Snow posted on Twitter that the fire is still active. Wait a second. What? It says that this is updated. No, but this is a 412. Okay, so I don't know why it says it's updated. I guess it's not actively updated.
Yeah.
But this is as of 412.
Okay.
So this sounds like government's updates. No. Wait a minute. I don't understand exactly.
Confusing. Yeah.
That's our job. Mission accomplished. You're confused.
Are you confused? Yep. We've done our job successfully.
We are the government.
Exactly.
And from what I understand, they're blaming this previous owner. But from what I understand from all of it, the actual town is in receivership of the property for unpaid property taxes, right? So they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to steal the property for unpaid property taxes, but then they want to blame the previous owner from which they stole the property. They want to blame him for the property not being cleaned up. So
hey, So did they ever, not to interrupt you, but did they ever figure out what started it? Was it
There's still absolutely no indication that they've indicated.
Sounds like the government.
How they know that it started.
Just like we still don't know. Well, okay, I guess barely. I was going to say about the Ohio incident, Norfolk, but we still don't know about how the 18,000 cows died, and several other train wrecks and different things like that. And we still don't know about this.
There's way too many unknown, incredulous things about the.
And then the 100,
the Demet,
over 100
explosion.
And then for the last year or more, the 100 food factories that have burnt down just mysteriously.
Yeah, they're all
I don't know.
And a lot of people mention that Squirrel Tribe covers a lot of that stuff. And
dude, we should get her on the podcast.
I will see if we can get Squirrel Tribe on.
That would be
the podcast for an interview.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated. Squirrel Tribe's channel came out of nowhere and just started getting mad views and mad subs, but that's kind of interesting.
That's what we did until we got duped off.
That's true.
Dude, we would be at 1 million subscribers by now. Quite
way before we got triple sanctioned, we were cruising to high altitudes.
We were going to Mars, y'all.
We're going to Mars.
Literally going to Mars.
And now we are literally going to Mars in the same fashion that we're actually going to Mars because we're not going to Mars. So there you go.
Yeah. There you go. Well, yeah.
Not going to happen.
Well, at least when we get our headset in our brain, so then it won't be a headset. So when we get our, what's the monkey thing?
Monkeypox?
The monkey chip.
Neuralink.
Neuralink. Once we get Neuralink in our brain, then we can pretend that we're on Mars, and populate it via metaverse.
Via simulation, in a the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. That was that. I forget what it was called, but yeah, that movie where he was in the future and they were scrubbing his brain and injecting thoughts into it. Yeah.
Whoa.
And he, you would pay to go on vacation and they would just, put you, they put those thoughts in your brain and that was just you go on vacation. Some pretty cool stuff. But, and I think it's really great that for any of you that don't doubt the moon landing or anything, I am just so encouraged by all of this Starlink and the Operation Blackjack stuff that Elon Musk is doing with rocket ships that
100%.
Can go straight up and they can actually land now, which is pretty high technology.
You paid $2 billion for a stupid rocket.
$3 billion.
Oh, $3 billion. Sorry. $3 billion. It goes up. It has a malfunction instead of it's a
no. It did. They knew it was going to
have a malfunction.
Well, no, but they knew that they were going to have to detonate it. They expected it to malfunction over water. Yeah, so they knew that it wasn't going to. It was a complete test run. They knew that at some point in time, they were going to either blow it up or it was going to. They knew that it wasn't going to do what it was supposed to do. So it was strictly for to collect the data.
So here's the thing. They're going to shoot a $3 billion rocket up in the air. It's going to explode over the ocean, and then it's going to sprinkle crap all over the ocean.
Oh, no. That's all. So anything that Elon Musk does or the military-industrial complex, it never sprinkles anything bad. It sprinkles unicorn dust.
Huh.
And everybody that breathes in the unicorn dust gets unicorn.
No way.
So if you breathe in the magical unicorn dust from the military-industrial complex or anything Elon Musk military-industrial complex related, or if you own a Tesla car, you get unicorn.
Dude, that's awesome.
In unicorn dust.
Hey, get this. So with your new Tesla purchase, Elon just added on that you get 2 or 3 years of free charging.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
How do you even how does that even work?
Have y'all ever looked into what that charging is and how much it costs?
It's go to Rich Rebuilds. That guy exposes it all.
Yeah.
Like
And
straight
he's
up.
still a fan of the car itself.
He still uses it.
It's
you
a
know,
neat,
but-
you know what? It's a really neat,
I mean,
it's like having a neat toy. It's a very neat toy.
They go fast.
Very
they got loads
expensive.
of horsepower, you know?
Yeah, it's a very expensive, neat toy, but it's certainly not scalable, functionable. And as a matter of fact,
I know you were going to say it about your
they
article.
just did this article.
It's like a super live stream. Y'all didn't even know what y'all were.
Yeah, they just did this article where they compared the gasoline powered vehicles with EV vehicles, and all of the 100 fossil fuel vehicles,
Dyno juice vehicles.
All the Dyno juice vehicles outperformed their stated rating by over 4%.
Wow.
All of the EV vehicles underperformed their stated ratings by 12%. So not only are they relatively terrible, even what they say they're capable of doing, they're not even capable of doing. So it's just a further, which is why they continue to speed up the green retardation of the minds of humans, because none of their numbers add up, and it's observable, real science. You can observe it and see it. And
there was another thing too. I was listening to Matt Walsh or somebody. No, it was Matt Walsh.
Oh, okay.
I think, and he was reading an article from one of Elon Muskerdoodle's guys, like head guys, right? And he tweeted like, we're not going to be able to replace all of the fossil fuel cars or whatever with Teslas. He's like, that's impossible.
Right, of course.
Because there's not enough, like, the amount of materials that you would need, or it would just be, I mean,
just for the batteries.
How many cars are even on the planet right now?
A lot.
Like fossil fuel cars? Like,
I'm not a mathematician.
I don't know, but
I think the number's a lot.
Just a little couple, just a couple here and there.
Yeah, and there's certainly not enough cobalt and lithium for all these solar panels.
What's your thoughts? Like, do you think like it's impossible for them to go full EV?
Oh yeah, and they know that. It's totally impossible. Yeah.
Yeah, like
they know that. That's a very simple mathematical calculation, just in raw materials. And it's the same thing as if you take that same calculation and you calculate how many vehicles it require, and then calculate the gigawatts that it would take just to charge those things. It's all like Ouroboros. It's all self-consuming. It wouldn't happen. It can't happen.
Yeah, and electric semi-trucks is bogus. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, there'll be a prototype or whatever, and it'll probably have
it'll go 30 miles.
Hidden in it somewhere.
Yeah, it'll go, I could see them making one and it go maybe 50 miles, 100 miles or something, but it's a long time out, and you're not going to see rock quarries with electric dump trucks and excavators, and you're not going to see your gold miners out there with electric excavators and electric dumps.
That's true.
Dump trucks and electric EV D11s.
Yeah, they're gonna need those. They're gonna need those big dumps and big backhoes.
First of all, they'll cost $1 billion, like literally $1 billion.
Well, when they run out of like 5-year-old Congolese kids that's digging up this cobalt with their hands, they're gonna need those D11s to rob, rape, and pillage all these third world countries that have these.
Okay, Captain Elon, right? You make robots. Have robots be your slaves. Like, it's like terrible, man.
No, dude, that's what humans are for. The robots will be their servants to, like, be full blown RoboCop action kind of deal. Yeah, you gotta make the plebs do your dirty work.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well,
there you go.
There's all that fun and exciting information.
That was a lot.
We appreciate y'all. And we laugh, and we kid, and guess what, y'all? God is in control.
That is true.
Summer, winter, springtime, and harvest will continue. Now, there is going to be global warming. God is coming back, and he is going to melt everything with a fervent heat.
Beautifully.
And he's coming back to judge the quick
once and for all. The ice caps will melt.
The ice caps will melt with fervent heat.
New York City will be underwater.
It'll have nothing to do with Dyno juice, all right? And we sincerely
or cow farts
encourage you to repent and believe the gospel.
Definitely.
God is returning. He's not happy. Jesus is not Willie Nelson. He doesn't have long braided hair. He doesn't smoke pot. He's not coming back on a unicorn.
I thought he had a mullet.
He's not giving out gummy bears and rainbows.
You're so judgmental.
Jesus does not love everybody. God does not cast
You're so toxic.
the people he loves into hell. So these are just biblical facts that are written down that I would encourage you to
Very wise.
research and
Very
read.
wise.
And the fear of the Lord is the beginning
Jesus is
of
the
wisdom.
global warming.
So these are our parting thoughts. And we love y'all. We care about y'all. And
that's why we make these videos for y'all.
That's why we make these videos. Yeah. And we like to goof around and joke around a little bit.
Yeah. And I think it's good to get it off your brain too. Just to talk about it. Sit down, talk about it.
You know, because there's a lot of people that want to be like, there's other people that want to be like, Pollyanna.
There are no weeds.
This stuff isn't really happening.
Yeah.
And there's no need to be negative.
Yeah.
And you're really killing you're really harsh on my mellow, bro. And you just need to think happy.
There's two extremes. You got that extreme, and then you got people that are like way into it.
Yeah, the sky is falling.
I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like, it's not that bad. Like, they're not rounding us up yet. So
no, and we're going to talk about this with the dollar as a medium of exchange, because we've seen lots of financial crises. We've seen 2 world wars, and I'm not saying that the Book of Revelation isn't going to happen, and I'm not saying that it's not presently unfolding and we're not in chapter 15 or anything like that. We may be, we might not be.
We shall see.
I'm gonna prepare for the worst. I'm gonna hope for the best. And you know what? God's good anyway, and He deserves all the glory, honor, and praise.
He could come tomorrow, or He could come in 1,000 more years.
I could be mid-sentence and die of a heart attack, y'all. And that's just real. Like, the part that I don't get about people with all of it is like, you better be ready this split second, because it doesn't even matter what the lizard people are going to do. You could die in your sleep tonight. You could die in a fiery car crash. That's not the elite's fault on the way to work tomorrow. All right? Yeah. And that's just reality.
That is.
And that's why you got to love God. You got to love your family. You got to invest your time into your family, into your children, into the next generation, and you got to turn off the Black Mirror and the idiot box, and you got to do stuff that matters. You got to do stuff that's real. You got to love your neighbor and, love your church family, care, help, give, all those things that actually mean something, And so that's what we talk about all the time here on the channel. And you know what? You can't always cover everything in every single video either. So, we spread it all around. Yeah. And we have fun, and we love y'all. And we just always enjoy it. And as much as we hate YouTube, we love our subscribers.
Absolutely.
But I cannot overemphasize how much we loathe, despise, and hate the disgusting TheTube, because they're puke. But we love you guys.
And that's the only reason we're on here. Because if y'all weren't on here, we wouldn't be on here.
So we will see y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Love y'all.